For centuries, global power was concentrated in Western capitals, London, Paris, Washington, where decisions shaped the world. These cities were the beating hearts of empires, the places where history was written and the future was decided. Their influence reached every corner of the globe, setting the tone for politics, economics, and culture. But today, the currents are shifting. The world's center of gravity is moving, and the momentum is unmistakable. The future is rising in cities like Shanghai, Mumbai, Singapore, and Jakarta. These urban giants are now shaping global trends, driving innovation, and attracting investment from every continent. This is more than an economic shift. It's a fundamental reordering of global influence. The world is witnessing a transformation that touches every aspect of life, from technology to culture, from finance to education. Imagine a tech startup in Ho Chi Minh City serving millions across Southeast Asia, or scientists in Bangalore developing life-saving drugs that reach patients worldwide. These stories are becoming the new normal, not the exception. These are not isolated stories, they're part of a sweeping transformation. Across Asia, millions are joining the global middle class, fueling demand and creativity. Asia's energy and ambition are creating new centers of influence, rivaling the West. Boardrooms, laboratories, and classrooms are buzzing with ideas that will shape the next century. The rise of Asia is the defining story of our time, moving billions out of poverty in just a few generations. New opportunities are opening up, and entire societies are being transformed at a pace never seen before. Power is now more diffuse, with new players setting the agenda and old rules being rewritten. The voices shaping tomorrow are more diverse, more dynamic, and more determined than ever. The West's dominance is waning as Asian powers step forward with confidence. The world is watching as new leaders emerge, bringing fresh perspectives and bold ambitions. This shift, decades in the making, is the result of deliberate policies and relentless drive. Massive investments in infrastructure, education, and technology have laid the foundation for this new era. Understanding this new landscape is essential for anyone in business, politics, or culture. To thrive in the 21st century, we must look east and learn from its dynamism and resilience. The most important chapters of the 21st century are now unfolding in the East. The story of tomorrow is being written in the cities, boardrooms, and streets of Asia, and the world is taking notice. Why does Asia matter so much today? The answer is both simple and profound. Asia is at the heart of the world's transformation, driving change at a pace and scale never seen before. Start with demographics. Over half the world's population lives here. That means every second person on Earth calls Asia home, making it a continent of immense diversity, energy, and potential. Once seen as a source of cheap labor, Asia is now the engine of global growth and innovation. Its cities are hubs of creativity, technology, and entrepreneurship, attracting talent and investment from around the globe. Its economic might is staggering, soon to produce more than half the world's GDP. From China's manufacturing powerhouses to India's booming tech sector, Asia is rewriting the rules of the global economy and setting new standards for progress. Asia's economies are shaping global standards in trade, influencing how business is done everywhere. The region's decisions ripple across continents, affecting markets and livelihoods worldwide. Military power is rising too, with several nuclear states and rapidly modernizing armed forces. The balance of power is shifting, and Asia's military developments are watched closely by the entire world. Flashpoints like the Korean Peninsula and the South China Sea affect global security, making Asia a focal point for international diplomacy and tension. The Pacific is now a contested space, no longer just an American lake, but a dynamic arena where new alliances and rivalries are shaping the future. Asia's cultural influence is booming, from K-pop and cinema to world-class universities and tech giants. Its creativity and innovation are inspiring millions and changing how the world thinks and feels. Its soft power shapes global tastes and norms, influencing everything from fashion and food to entertainment and technology. To ignore Asia is to ignore the primary driver of change in our world. Its rise is not just a regional story, but a global one that touches every aspect of our lives. The continent's influence is now felt in every corner of the globe, from the products we use to the ideas that shape our societies. Asia is not just participating in the world, it's helping to define it, leading the way into a new era of global history. To truly understand Asia's remarkable rise on the world stage, we must first look back and remember its long and difficult colonial past, a time that shaped the destinies of millions. For centuries, much of Asia was dominated by powerful European empires. These foreign rulers extracted resources, stripped away local wealth, and left entire regions impoverished and dependent. After the devastation of World War II, newly independent Asian nations emerged into a world of poverty, instability, and the looming pressures of the Cold War. Their cities and economies lay in ruins, and hope seemed distant. Visionary leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru in India and Sukarno in Indonesia championed the cause of independence and dignity. They understood that political freedom alone was not enough. True independence required economic strength and self-reliance. Through state-led development, often under harsh and uncertain conditions, these nations began to lay the foundations for what would later be called economic miracles. Massive infrastructure projects, new industries, and bold reforms slowly transformed their societies. The world looked on with skepticism, doubting Asia's potential. Headlines predicted famine, chaos, and failure, while international aid workers arrived to help stave off disaster. Yet beneath the surface, something powerful was happening. Investments in education, the building of roads and railways, and a growing sense of hope were quietly taking root in communities across the continent. The journey from colonialism to economic power was long and often painful, marked by setbacks, protests, and immense sacrifice from ordinary families. But through it all, a fierce belief in a better future and a determination to overcome adversity drove the transformation forward. Today, Asia's rise stands as a testament to the resilience, ambition, and unity of its people. The continent's past struggles continue to fuel its present drive for progress and innovation. The success we see today is built on the dreams, hard work, and perseverance of generations who refused to accept decline and instead chose hope. The first sign of Asia's new power came from Japan. Devastated in 1945, Japan rebuilt to become the world's second-largest economy within a generation. Its model, government and industry collaboration, export-led growth, and relentless quality, set the standard. Brands like Sony and Toyota became global icons. The Japanese workforce's dedication and work ethic powered this transformation. By the 1980s, Japan's rise challenged Western economic supremacy. Though later slowed by stagnation, Japan proved that prosperity was possible outside the West. Its blueprint inspired the rest of Asia. After Japan, the four Asian tigers, South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Singapore, rose rapidly through export-driven growth and education. South Korea's and Taiwan's tech sector became global forces. These economies showed the Japanese model could be adapted and scaled. Then came China's transformation in 1978, unleashing 1 billion entrepreneurs and triggering the largest economic expansion in history. Special economic zones like Shenzhen became symbols of rapid change. India followed with its own reforms, becoming a global tech and outsourcing hub. China became the world's factory, India, its back office. Their growth shifted global trade and investment toward Asia. The tigers were impressive, but China and India's rise was a tectonic shift. Together, they redefined the global balance of power. Asia's giants now set the pace for the world economy. While China and India grabbed headlines, Southeast Asia quietly surged ahead. Home to over 680 million people, the region is a mosaic of cultures and economies. Vietnam's reforms turned it into a manufacturing powerhouse, now outpacing China in exports per capita. Indonesia, with vast resources and a young population, is Southeast Asia's economic anchor. Digital revolutions are connecting archipelagos and empowering entrepreneurs. ASEAN fosters regional cooperation and stability. These nations prove there's no single Asian model, just diverse paths to prosperity. Southeast Asia's steady progress adds depth to Asia's story. The region balances ties with both China and the US, shaping its own future. Asia's transformation is broad, not just about a few giants. Asia's rise is reshaping world politics, ending the era of American unipolarity. We now live in a multipolar world, with power centers in Washington, Beijing, New Delhi, Brussels, and Moscow. No single nation sets the agenda. Influence is contested and shifting. Asian nations demand greater voice in global institutions, creating new bodies like the AIIB. The center of global business has shifted east, with Asian brands and consumers leading the way. For Western companies, an Asia strategy is now essential. Economic interconnectedness means shocks in Asia ripple worldwide. The region brings both opportunities for cooperation and risks of conflict. Issues like climate change and pandemics require Asian leadership. But flashpoints and rising nationalism make diplomacy more complex. The challenge: build a stable, cooperative multipolar system for the 21st century. Asia's rise isn't about domination, it's about transformation and restoration. For most of history, Asia was the world's center of prosperity and innovation. The last 2 centuries of Western dominance were the exception. Now billions are lifted from poverty, and new ideas and energy are reshaping the world. This is a moment to celebrate, not fear. More stakeholders mean a more resilient, representative world. Challenges remain: aging populations, inequality, environmental threats, and political strains. The path forward won't be smooth, but Asia's momentum is undeniable. A new generation is more connected and globally minded than ever. Asia's rise invites us all to rethink our place in the world. The questions ahead about democracy, law, and values will define our century. The story of Asia is now the story of our shared global future. We are all part of this unfolding chapter.